Well, James, I think as seasons go, and if you look back at this season, that was an uncharacteristic performance from your team today, given what you've achieved this year.
Yeah, Marty, disappointing is the word that springs to mind. We found ourselves starting this game on a used wicket, which was disappointing in itself, but we talked amongst ourselves and, very much understood that we had to just get on and play the game that was in front of us. And ultimately, we have been outplayed over the course of 2 days of a 4-day game. And I guess if we reflect over our whole season, there's been really good progress made in the championship. But the 2 of the 3 losses that we've had, we've been exposed to spin bowling really. One being down at Essex at Chelmsford early in the season with Harmer getting 10 wickets, and then this game with Khan getting 11, I think, in the game, and Van Buren getting 5. So it's not necessarily a bad thing because it gives us plenty to work and consider in the winter for how we come up against these sorts of tactics potentially next season. So overall, it's been a really good season in Championship cricket. It's just unfortunate that it's ended on this slightly sour note.
Yeah. I mean, the wicket has been mentioned to me by a number of people over the course of the 2 days, but what other people would argue is that, well, it's the same for both sides. They've used their team on that wicket to their benefit. They've created that wicket, and as you mentioned, Zafar Khan, 5 wickets in one innings, 6 in the next.
Yeah, I mean, philosophically, it comes down to what you want to do. I'm not a believer in it. I never have been. I think first-class cricket, first-team first-class cricket should always be played on fresh wickets, and how you get to the point of your wicket spinning should come down to also the skill of your groundsmanship. And to start games, first-team games on used wickets, for me, is philosophically not the right thing to be doing. Gloucestershire here have decided to do it. We know in the past teams like Somerset have done it. They're working within the bounds of the laws of the game here in England, and good on them. But for me, it's not the way forward on producing good quality cricket.
I suppose Devon Malcolm, who's the match referee, you'll let him know your thoughts about it. Whether anything happens is besides the point, but looking back over the season as a whole, you can only think that progress has been made this year from where Durham have been to what you've achieved this season. I mean, going into today, there was only Essex who had managed to beat you in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely, Marty. I mean, as much as today is disappointing and these 2 days is disappointing, the overarching feeling from the championship season particularly is one of good progress, one of good resilience, even though you might not see a hell of a lot of it in these 2 days from us. Overall, there's been a lot of that, and we will grow as a team from this year. We'll grow more through the winter with our training, become better players, become a better team again next year, and that's exciting. There's been some standout performers as well in Championship cricket, namely 2. Chris Rushworth again, getting high 50s in terms of wickets, and David Bedingham as well, passing the 1,000-run tally mark. So, and there's been lots of other good contributions around that, hundreds and fifers, encouraging signs even this game with Liam Travaskis getting his maiden first-class fifer. So lots of good things to go into the winter with, but lots of things that we can still progress and get better at, and that's also exciting.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be another conference season next year as well. That's the general gist that I'm hearing from lots of different directions.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what the powers that be come up with. I'm sure there'll be good reflection on how this conference system has gone within the ECB, within the counties over the next couple of months, and let's see what comes of that, and we'll just adjust and move obviously with what they decide for next season.